Well, everything I make ain't that great, but you guys rule with a house and a pool, with a house and a pool, with a house and a pool.
What up, design champions? Welcome to You Guys Rule. Basically, my main purpose here is to butcher your designs as much as possible. No. Seriously, hopefully we can come up with some good tips for the designs that you guys have mercifully and gracefully sent to me. And if you'd like to get your design reviewed in the next episode of YGR, you can send it to Zimri at send it to zimridesigner@gmail.com. That's the right one. Without any further ado, let's start with a personal logo design coming from Tanish Bijor. Okay, that is absolutely how you say his name. And this is a personal logo. So, pretty interesting. There's a T and a B. Very much a 3D style here. And I'm not really certain what the crystal part on top of it is, but that's pretty cool, man. Very structural. Okay, so let me just make a quick replica of that and see what we can do here. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a T and a B, different ones. Well, actually just a B. And then there's actually something really cool you can do in Illustrator called, if we go Effect, 3D, and then we go Extrude and Bevel. Okay, schmoke, dope boy fresh. So I actually have both the T and the B in an extruded 3D look here. And what's really cool about these is that we can apply any kind of gradient already. Well, what I want to do is just convert them to outlines so we only see the lines that side. Okay, cool. Now we're getting a little bit architectural, schematical, definitely a word. I'm gonna amp that pretty boy up to about 5 points on the line thickness. And now, obviously, we have just too many lines going on. I think some lines are cool, but here, and you know what? Call me crazy, but I'm gonna get rid of the middle holes as well. Now we have just like a really simple block shape that I think will work best with our T. Hit the down arrow until I get jiggy with it. About there, or here, or possibly those are the same things. Decisions. My ride is like precision collision. That's a Dr. Dre song. Now, what I'm thinking is more like, this wouldn't necessarily be just a logo. I'm thinking it can be like a whole system, and it'll be pretty awesome. Now, just hold your horses for it, because I'm about to blow your mind. And now all of a sudden, what? That's so cool. Now this can be like the header of your website and stuff. Ooh, and then also you can fill them with white on the inside so that you could lay them on top of each other very easily without having to cut out any lines. So, like this, por ejemplo. Yeah, look at that. Now, if you wanted to use something like that as a logo, different variations. But what we're doing is we're building up kind of a design language for Tanish. Here is the before and after of Tanish's kind of logo. What I've suggested here is kind of a logo, but more so a logo system where you could do different variations in different places and would really add some cool just line art to different locations that you wanted to put it into. And I think it works really well just if you have like a black font going over kind of the line artwork. I think that's pretty awesome. And Tanish, I think you said this was your first shot on maybe even Illustrator or drawing and things. So I just want to say that's super awesome. I love that you used all the colors, and I love that you gave it a shot with the gradient. I love that idea. What I've tried to do is maintain both your letters idea and then also the 3D idea. And I just try to simplify it as much as possible, but still create kind of a cool, interesting look. So everybody, claps for Tanish. And vote in the poll right now whether you think I butchered it or destroyed it. That's it. Those are the options. Next comes from Mike Zorin. This one is for, I think it's for a jazz band. Very cool. I tried to play jazz once. on piano. Yeah, my mother tried to make me learn. I liked it until I got to the point where I had to do two different things with two different hands, and I gave up. My brain doesn't work that well. I love all the ideas in here. Basically, we have kind of three different concepts going, I would say, Mike. And the first is this levels bar here, and this sound level knob, and then also this other third version of like volume bars next to each other. In my opinion, I think that the knob is actually the most interesting idea because it still represents like music and audio levels, but in a more abstract way. So what I would do is I would just write out Evolve Trio. I wouldn't try to get too crazy with the font or text or too many ideas. I would just simplify it with one symbol, and then also simplify your text. So this part, for example, we don't necessarily need. And then the trio, like incorporating in clever ways. I think this is really clever how the T drops down and becomes the L of Evolve. But you know, at the end of the day, I think we can have a really powerful logo, just really simply. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this guy, and I'm just going to replace both of the O's in Evolve Trio. And it should look really good, like on a big black background, something like this. And I believe we could do cool things with our new little logo mark. That doesn't mean you get children for free. It just means children get into the concert for free. And then I could do different stuff. So that would be an interesting idea that you could work off that little circle volume knob to kind of expand out the whole brand. And yeah, I really like that idea. Okay, everyone, claps for Mike. Good job, Mike. Keep it up. I really like all the options. What I really enjoy is the amount of details and ideas that you put into it. It shows that you put a lot of thought and effort into the ideas. And I always think that's a really good step. Now, the next step after that is just figuring out, okay, which idea is the best? And then you choose that one and you go with it. So in my opinion, the knob is the best, but of course, let me know in the poll above whether I butchered it or this time it'll be whether I improved it. Okay, third and final design comes from Will with the Skill McMeekin. Now, this is a design for an architectural magazine. Very cool idea. I like that the A makes kind of looks like a building, but most importantly is that it's Brighton Architectural Review, which if you look at the acronyms is BAR. So there's a bar in the middle. That's really clever. I like that idea a lot. So I think what I'll do is, let me take this guy. So I'm going to take the thickest cross section, which I think is the R probably. So this way we can get kind of a little bit more of the difference in height, I think is cool. And then we can get kind of a skinnier bar going through all of our letters and skinnier letters in general, so that we get just the whole letters are all more clear. And there's one more interesting idea I have, which is to make the bar go off the side of the logo. So I can create a box like this and probably a rectangle that's a little bit longer on the bottom. That's very modern, cool, architectural. So I'm gonna grab all this stuff and make it white, right? And now all of a sudden, wow, bam, wow, that's so awesome, if I may say so myself. So we have all of the letters lined up on the same bar here, and it goes off the side of our logo. I think that works really well. Heck, yep, we definitely need an H there. Oh gosh. Okay. My thought behind this direction is we get a little bit more variation in height and stuff, which was kind of plays on the idea of buildings a little bit more. If we make our letters skinnier, that means we can make the bar skinnier, and with all of those skinnier, we can have more clarity because we have more space between the letters. And then third, if we have our bar go all the way off the edge of our defined logo space, it kind of, I don't know, to me it feels a little bit more modern. And then you can flow out, or we can kind of reiterate the idea of the logo with different heights on letters and having a bar go through all the way through everything. So it builds the idea of the bar. Is this architecture review? Is this architectural design? Is it above the bar or is it below the bar? Which brings me to the question, did I butcher it or did I destroy it? Let me know in the poll right now. But Will, awesome, really awesome job. Maybe triple snaps. Oh yeah, triple snaps on one hand, triple snaps on the left. Good job, Will McMeekin. Thank you so much for sending in your project. Keep going. I think it's really cool. That brings me to the end of this episode of Butchering Your Logo Designs. Come back next week for another episode of the same thing. Okay, and on a very serious note, thank you so much for sending in your projects and for watching the videos. And I really hope that there's at least one or two things you can pick up from a video. And I still don't think I have like the experience or the expertise to be in a position where I can really like say, oh yeah, you should do this or this is better. So these are just really just my ideas on what I think I would do with these. So take every change and critique with a grain of salt. Okay, thanks so much, guys, and I will see you later in another video. Stay awesome, possum, and I'll see you later, alligator. Bye.